we started talking to the people within the market of Ikeja Computer Village. You understand? And they are also ready. We'll continue to talk to their leaders. You understand? We'll carry them along on the Katangua plan. So we're not just going to do something and say we're going to impose it on them. We're doing this together. Where Computer Village is right now, it's a residential area. It was a residential area. It is a residential area, and I think it will continue to be a residential area. We already knew, a long time ago that this is happening. One of the things that we just need to do is to ensure that we make provision for the city in terms of all the different activities that should happen within a plan. We should have residential areas properly designated. We should have commercial activities happening side by side in very little quantity within a residential or a neighborhood within the state. But this has become a market. This is what used to be a beautiful residential area. The state has not changed the use. It is still a residential area. Like I said earlier, you had the governor when he said on Sunday, when we went to Obalende and a couple of places, Ijora, he said, Emajika so ekonu. We must not lose Lagos. We must continue to ensure that we obey the laws. If the rule says this place is residential, then it must remain residential. So we have to make we have to make provision and also accommodate our people who are in this area, and that is the reason why we are moving them to Katangua. Yeah, so we are planning with the people. We are not planning for the people. So we will start engaging. Already I started talking on behalf of the government. We started talking to the people within the market of Ikeja Computer Village. And they are also ready. We'll continue to talk to their leaders. We'll carry them along on the Katangua plan. So we're not just going to do something and say we're going to impose it on them. We're doing this together. But what I can tell you is that in Katangua, when it is fully developed, it is going to have market stalls, it will have malls, it will have banks, it will have creche, it will have schools, it will have some accommodation, and it will also have clinics, and then maybe some hotel facilities, because people come from all over Nigeria, the 36 states, including the FCT, to come here, to buy one computer item or the other. And it has even grown beyond just a computer market. There are other equipments that are being sold here. A lot of repairs go on here. There's a lot of brain within this market. You will not believe that the people that you have here, they can stand side by side with those who have gone to School of Engineering. They do sometimes even better, and we have to cater for them properly. The relocation has been there for a number of years. The plan, there's been a plan by government to relocate Computer Village to Katangua, and that plan may be delayed, a little bit for one reason or the other, but we're addressing those issues, and shortly the occupants of the residential area within the Computer Village will be properly relocated and resettled in Katangua, which is the area that has been designated by the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, particularly the Office of Physical Planning, for their trade. Around that place in Katangua is good. It's a dual carriageway. I've been there a number of times just to ensure that we're not going to be having transportation, traffic problem or traffic management issues eventually when Katangua is ready to receive the people come from Computer Village. The expanse of land is such that when you drive in, as traders, people who are doing deliveries, or even people who have come there to do one thing or the other in terms of shopping, will actually be lost in that space. It's quite a huge piece of land. It's not something that was not well thought of. It's within the model city plan for the area. So it's not correct that the area is congested. And market people need people. Do you understand something? There's no market that grows or springs up, do you understand, without a population around the area. We're not moving the Computer Village people into an area where they're not going to be able to to carry out their trade and their business activities. We are moving them into a place where they will continue to thrive in business. The Office of Urban Development and the Office of Physical Planning, both offices under the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, will soon address that issue. But I can tell you that if we maintain status quo, it's a residential area. It is a residential area before, it is today, and I think it will continue to be a residential area. So Katangua market, which will majorly accommodate the traders who we all know as those within the computer village, will actually have market stalls, more or less like malls that you can find in Dubai, and outlets. You know, the malls are the huge structures, you know, and then the outlets are those that are just spread out. We're going to have those facilities for them, you know, that they will own, which they can actually have secure title for as well, so that if they want to take loans, you know, from the properties that they have within the market, they can use that with any bank. You are going to have banking facilities. You are going to have clinics. You are going to have schools, creche. You are going to have storage facility, and you're going to have some housing, including hotel facilities, where, I mean, people who come from, you can imagine that people come to Computer Village from all over Nigeria. So those people who come into Katangua market, you have to look for, you know, computer accessories, to buy computer equipment, to buy phones, to do repairs and all of those kind of things from outside of Lagos will also be accommodated. And I'm sure that some of the people who own stores there will also be accommodated within the area. So it's a comprehensive plan, you know, that's been put in place by Lagos State, the administration of Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu. You know, planning is dynamic. You know, a lot of things will change. There's what you call continuities and transformations. You know, some of the roads will be transformed, you know, to cater to some of the things that you're talking about. But, you know, based on what you also said, you will see that it's not that there has been no planning or there has been no provision. We have road network. There are different roads that enter into the area. Do you understand? And all that needs to be done, if you say there are some areas that need to be fixed, I mean, we'll talk to our counterparts in the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure to try and address those issues. But I still drove past Abule Egba, you know, where you have the Katangua market location, when I was going to Ogun State a couple of weeks ago. You know, I mean, it wasn't too bad as you put it. I think, I mean, some work has been done by Public Works. I know, I mean, it may not be perfect, but I mean, if you check our scheduling, you will see that Public Works on a weekly basis, they release the lists or documentation of road, you know, that are being fixed within the state. So it's an ongoing concern. You know, I can tell you that those roads are being fixed. But in terms of accessibility, you have actually mentioned 4 different routes or 4 different roads that enter into Katangua. So that means, as a Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, the access has been provided. All we just need to do is to make sure that they are being maintained. You know, where Computer Village is right now, you know, it's a residential area. It was a residential area. It is a residential area, and I think it will continue to be a residential area. You know, what Churchill said, and I quote, is that we do not know whether if we change, things will be good. But for things to be good, we have to change. So some of the things we need to change is the way we do things. We should not just change land uses just simply because we believe we can do so. We must ensure that changes are done, you know, according to the law. So the law says that it's a residential area. I think it should remain a residential area.